Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud. We learn to lead. My name is Vikas. So friends, in this video we'll be discussing the most important current affairs of the defense topic of the month March. The questions will be very important, so do watch the video till the end. Hit the like button, share the link of this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe. So friends, let's start the video, but before that we have something important to tell you about. We have an app by the name Carriers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the app, you will open the app and you will see this type of screen. In this, you can go and log in with your Google account, that is your Gmail ID. Then once you have logged in, then you will be moved to this page where you can see a window. If you click on the current affairs section here, then you will be moved to this page. Now this is where magic happens. This is the course where there are two courses provided by us. First, you should know it is of 1 year and 2 years, so choose your course accordingly. What we are providing and what is the reason behind that you should purchase course of current affairs from us, and what are the important details about it. First thing, you should know that we provide you current affairs in both English and Hindi. Okay, also we provide you here current affairs daily. PDFs are provided daily. The important factor here to remember is we are providing PDF to you daily. Okay, that contains question answers of the daily current affairs. They are explained in a much easy way where you can grasp the knowledge and do your revision. Okay, apart from app, we provide you with question answers. Then on every day we provide you 20 question answers quiz, daily 20 questions quiz. So imagine how much it will benefit you in your preparation. Then we provide you same thing for weekly. In weekly we take a quiz of 50 questions. Then question answers of week, we provide you a book. PDF is provided you weekly of the compiled questions of the whole week. Similarly for monthly also, ebook is given, your quizzes are taken, question answers PDF. Then apart from it, we also help you to prepare for banking papers. All the banking exams you can go refer to our videos and our courses here. You can see here that we provide you banking and economic quiz of 157 questions. Okay, then topic wise PDFs are covered. As you can see, we are making videos on indexes and reports, important days, the books and authors, all the events that are taking place in individual months. So these PDFs are provided to you and they will help you a lot in your preparation for journal awareness, your journal studies, as well as for current affairs. Then you can see we also provide you current affairs for state wise current affairs are provided to you. Apart from this, I have a gift for all of my friends here. If you use my code Vikas10, you will be getting a straight 10% discount on the purchase you make. So when you are about to check out and do the payment, just before the payment, you will be getting an option to use the promo code. There you can put the Vikas10, the code, and you will be getting an extra 10% discount on the total purchase you make there. So let's start with our video. So the first topic for the day is Desert Flag 6 exercise. This is an air exercise that was conducted by, or you can say it was hosted by UAE, that is United Arab Emirates. And in this exercise, Indian Air Force will be participating for the first time. This will be a joint multinational air exercise in which 6 nations will be participating. Alright, so if we look at it, it is Desert Flag 6. Alright, this is an air exercise. This exercise will be conducted, or you can say hosted by United Arab Emirates, and in this India will be participating along with 5 other, that means total of 6 countries will be participating in this exercise. Alright, then if we look at some of the data related to this exercise, for the first time, Indian Air Force is participating in the annual multinational large force employment warfare exercise Desert Flag 6. Just remember the name, Desert Flag 6. Alright, this exercise will be held at Al Dhafra Air Base, that is in United Arab Emirates. This is hosted by, or you can say this exercise will be conducted by or hosted, anything that comes in your exam, the answer will be United Arab Emirates. Then this is the first time that Indian Air Force is participating in a multilateral exercise in the Gulf region. The participating countries are Bahrain, France, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, USA, and your India. Then the observers, these are not included here. The observers are Greece, Jordan, Kuwait, and Egypt. All right, these are the observing countries, and the participating countries are India, Bahrain, France, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and USA. The objective of the exercise is to provide operational exposure to participating forces and training the forces to undertake simulated air combat operations in controlled environment. All right, so coming back to the questions that will be framed are, the name of the exercise is Desert Flag 5. This is an air exercise in which Indian Air Force will be participating, and in this total of 6 countries will be participating and 3 are your observing countries, and this exercise Desert Flag 6 will be hosted by United Arab Emirates. All right, I repeat, observing countries are 4, not 3. All right, correct. Then if we talk about the export of BrahMos and Akash missile, at present, India is holding discussions for exporting of BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles and Akash air defense missiles to United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. This question can be asked like, what are the name of the two missiles that are being in discussion or that can be exported to United Arab and Saudi Arabia? They are BrahMos and your Akash air defense missile. All right, then something related to this, Indian Air Force and French Air Force are participating in the first edition of bilateral air exercise Desert Night 21, or you can say DK21. DK stands for Desert Night, 21 is that it will be held in the year 2021. All right, and this will be held at where? At Jodhpur for 5 days. All right, this will be held where? Jodhpur, or you can say if the name of the state is being asked, it is Rajasthan. All right, so now moving on to the next topic. Next exercise is your dust lick exercise. I repeat, DUSTLIK, dust lick exercise. This exercise is conducted between India and Uzbekistan, and this is a field training exercise that will be taking place in Uttarakhand. All right, Ranikhet, Uttarakhand. Do remember the states are also important where these particular exercises are conducted. So Desert Flag, it will be conducted, Desert Flag 6 will be conducted in UAE. Dust lick will be conducted in Uttarakhand. All right, and Desert Night was conducted in Jodhpur, that is in Rajasthan. All right, so dust lick is your exercise that is conducted between dust lick. This exercise is conducted between India and Uzbekistan, and this will be held in Uttarakhand or Ranikhet, Uttarakhand. All right, so if we look at some of the data related to this, this is the second edition of the annual bilateral joint military exercise Dust Lick 2 that will be between Indian Army and Uzbekistan Army. That means it is between India and Uzbekistan. This will be held from March 10 to 19 at near Ranikhet, Uttarakhand. The exercise focused on the counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism skills of both sides. From Indian side, 13 Command Regiment, also called the Rezangla Battalion, was nominated for the exercise. Remember this, 13 Command Regiment will be participating from Indian side. All right, then 45 soldiers each from the Indian Army and Uzbekistan Army had participated in the exercise, which will recreate a Kashmir-like counter-terrorism operation. This is the first edition of Dust Lick 1 that will be hosted by Uzbekistan in the training area near the Tasket from November 2019. That means the first edition was conducted by Uzbekistan. This is the second edition, and that is conducted by India in where? It is conducted in Uttarakhand. All right, then do note this also that this is the second edition that is conducted in Uttarakhand. First edition of this Dust Lick was conducted in Uzbekistan. All right, Tajikistan or Uzbekistan. Remember Uzbekistan. All right, so now what are the objectives behind conducting this exercise? It is to share expertise and skills in counter-terrorist operations in mountain, rural, urban scenario under United Nations mandate, to boost the military and diplomatic ties between the two countries, and focus on people-centric intelligence-based surgical operations utilizing technical advancements to minimize collateral damage. All right, so this is your Dust Lick exercise. It is the second edition. First edition was conducted in Uzbekistan and the second edition is conducted in Uttarakhand. Alright, and this is conducted between India and Uzbekistan. Moving on to the third, this exercise is known as by the name Aster X. I repeat, it is known as ASTER, Aster X. This Aster X is a military exercise, or it is a first of its kind military exercise that will be conducted in space. Alright, this is important. This is the first exercise that will be conducted in space. That is the reason this question becomes, or this topic becomes automatically important. Alright, and this will be conducted by France. Alright, so if we talk about Aster X, this is the first military exercise that will be conducted in space, and the country that will conduct this exercise is France. Alright, this question can be framed in another way, that which is the first nation or the first country that will be conducting a military exercise in space, and the name is France. Alright, so if we look at some of the data, 2021 France stated its 5-day long first military exercise in space by the name Aster X to analyze its ability against attacks on its satellites and other defense equipment. The exercise was named on the memory of Asterix, the first satellite launched in 1965. This exercise Aster X is based, or it is named on the memory of Asterix, that is the first satellite of France that was launched in 1965. Alright, then France is also planning to launch its first anti-satellite laser weapon. Already US, Russia and China possess this anti-satellite laser weapon. See, this is the country that is sending or doing military exercise in space. Another question you need to tell me, this is your homework, that there is a country that is making a wooden satellite. Alright, name the country that is making wooden satellite. This is your homework. Alright, do tell me the name of the country that is working on a wooden satellite. Alright, then coming back to question topic, that France is also working on what anti-satellite laser weapon, and this anti-satellite laser weapon is already equipped by US, Russia, China. Alright, they already have this anti-satellite laser weapon. Then next, if we talk about Aster X, it is the first space military exercise of France in space, and also the first among European countries. This military drill is a part of French government strategy to make the country the world's third largest space power. The exercise consists of 18 simulated events that are conducted from an operation room. The events are designed in a way to stress test the space defense system of France. Alright, so the space exercise by the name Aster X, and it is of France. This passage exercise between India and Indonesia was conducted in Arabian Sea. Alright, this is important question. If we talk about it, passage exercise, this was conducted between India and Indonesia, and this between India and Indonesia was conducted in where? Arabian Sea. Alright, then next, if we talk about some of the data, the Indian and Indonesian navies conducted this passage exercise by the name PASSEX in the Southern Arabian Sea. The main aim of the exercise was to improve interoperability and understanding between the navy units of the two countries. From the Indian Navy, INS Sharda, an offshore patrol vessel with the Chetak helicopter, participated in the exercise. Another thing, do remember, INF from Indian side, INS Sharda took part in this. Alright, from India, the naval ship was INS Sharda, and a helicopter by the name Chetak helicopter took part in this exercise. Then from Indonesian Navy, KRI Sultan Hasanuddin, a 90-meter corvette, took part in the exercise. Alright, so these are the two. From India it was INS Sharda, and from Indonesian Navy it was KRI Sultan naval ship. Also remember another exercise, Garuda Shakti. This is also a bilateral exercise between the armies of India and Indonesia. Alright, Garuda Shakti. So this is your PASSEX exercise between India and Indonesia that was conducted in Arabian Sea. From India, the naval ship that took part is INS Sharda, and from Indonesia's Navy it was KRI Sultan. Then moving on to next. Next we'll be talking about a joint anti-terrorism exercise of SCO, that is PUBG Anti-Terror 2021. And in this, important to remember is that India, Pakistan, China along with the members of SCO took part in this exercise. Alright, the name of the exercise is PUBG Terrorism 2021. So if we look at some of the data, India, Pakistan, China, along with other members of the Shanghai Cooperation, that is SCO, will take part in this joint anti-terrorism exercise, PUBG Anti-Terrorism 2021. This is scheduled to take place in 2021. The decision to hold a joint anti-terrorism exercise was taken during the 36th meeting of the Council of RATS, that is Regional Anti-Terrorism Structure. Do take a note of this. Alright, RATS stands for Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure of SCO, that was held in Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. Alright, then RATS is headquartered in Tashkent, is a permanent organ of SCO which aims to promote cooperation among 8 members of SCO against terrorism, separatism and extremism. Alright, then highlights of the meeting are: the participants approved the draft program of cooperation for 2022 to 2024 to counter terrorism, separatism and extremism. They also agreed to improve cooperation for identifying and surpassing channels that finance terrorist activities. Next meeting of RATS, that is Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure SCO, will be held in September 2021, Uzbekistan. If we talk about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it is a Eurasian Political, Economic and Security Alliance that was established in 2001 in Shanghai, China. Founding members are China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. There are total member 8 and 4 are observers. If we talk about the members, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India and Pakistan are the members of SCO, that is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Observers are Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran and Mongolia. India and Pakistan joined the SCO in 2017. SCO has 2 permanent bodies: SCO Secretariat based in Beijing, China and Executive Committee of RATS. Also remember that in 2020, the 19th meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization of the Council of Heads of Government was chaired by the Vice President of India from New Delhi. Alright, so this is your PUBG Anti-Terrorism exercise, PUBG Anti-Terror 2021, that is based on a joint anti-terrorism exercise and it is a part of SCO. Alright, important thing, do remember it. Next we'll be talking about, as I just mentioned earlier, another exercise PASEX that was conducted between India and USA in the Bay of Bengal. Alright, it is a naval exercise that was conducted between the navies of India and USA, PASEX, and it was conducted in where the location is the Bay of Bengal. Remember, this question can be asked in such a way that PASEX exercise between India and USA was conducted where? It was conducted in Bay of Bengal. Similarly, the question can be the PASEX exercise between India and Indonesia was conducted where? It was conducted in Arabian Sea. Alright, so don't get confused in it. So if we look at some of the data here, PASEX, this exercise was conducted between India and USA. First thing. Second question, where it was conducted? It was conducted in Bay of Bengal. Third thing, it is a 2-day naval exercise. Alright, I correct myself here. It is a 2-day naval exercise. That means it was conducted between the navies of India and USA. Alright, and then remember from part of India that the ship that took part from Indian side was Shivalik. Alright, Shivalik is a Indian warship. Alright, so if we talk about PASEX, India and USA navies took part in this military exercise. This was conducted in Bay of Bengal. It was a 2-day long naval exercise, and from Indian side, the warship that took part in this PASEX exercise was Shivalik. If we look at some of the data here, the navies of India and United States conducted a 2-day PASEX exercise PASEX in the Bay of Bengal from March 28, 29, 2021. For the first time, Indian Air Force fighters also took part in this exercise. Indian Navy deployed its warships Shivalik and long-range maritime patrol aircraft P-81 in the PASEX exercise. The US Navy was represented by US Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. Alright, so from India was Shivalik and P-81, and from US it was USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. The participation of Indian Air Force fighters in the exercise gave IAF an opportunity to practice air interception and air defense with the US Navy. If we look at the highlights, the main objective of the exercise is to build cooperation and interoperability achieved in the Malabar exercise, which took place in the November 2021. Here this remember Malabar exercise. See, in Malabar exercise was conducted between Indian Navy and US Navy earlier. Alright, but now in 2015, Japan also became a part of it. And recently, Australia has also become a part of it. Alright, so in Malabar exercise now, India, USA, Japan and Australia, all 4 countries took part in Malabar exercise. Alright, then next. PASEX are conducted regularly by Indian Navy with the units of friendly foreign navies while visiting each other's port or during a rendezvous at sea. See, I just told you PASEX is between India and USA also, and it is between India and Indonesia also. It is between India, if it is between India and USA, this was conducted in Bay of Bengal, and if it is between India and Indonesia, then it was conducted in Arabian Sea. Alright, so don't get confused. Moving on to next. Next we'll be talking about an Operation Sankalp, and this too comes under the PASEX exercise. Alright. Then this PASEX exercise, or you can say the Operation Sankalp, was conducted between Indian Navy and the Royal Bahrain Naval Force. Alright. So this is your Operation Sankalp. This Operation Sankalp or PASEX exercise, this is conducted between whom? 2 countries, India and Bahrain. Between the navies of India and Bahrain. Alright. Then this was conducted in which region? It was conducted in Persian. It was conducted in Persian Gulf. Alright. So if we look at the data, the Indian Navy and Royal Bahrain Naval Force undertook PASEX exercise in the Persian Gulf under the Operation Sankalp. From India's side, INS Talwar took part. It is a warship that took part in this exercise, and from the Bahrain, it was represented by Al Murak. Okay? Alright, it was represented by Al Murak. Then the aim was to enhance interoperability, strengthen maritime cooperation, reassure safety of diaspora. The PASEX highlights the partnership between the 2 countries to meet emerging maritime challenges. The exercise was carried out by India in pursuance of its commitment toward ensuring the safety of India-flagged merchant vessels in the Gulf region. So if we once revise it, it is conducted between Indian Navy and Royal Bahrain Naval Force. This comes under PASEX exercise that was conducted in the Persian Gulf region, and it comes under Operation Sankalp. From Indian side, the warship that took part was INS Talwar, and from the Royal Bahrain Naval Force, it was Al Murak. Alright, so this is your Operation PASEX Sankalp. If we talk about the Operation Sankalp here, it was initiated by the Indian government in June 2019 for ensuring the safety of Indian merchant ships through the Strait of Hormuz between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. The operation is being carried out in close coordination with all stakeholders, including the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Shipping and Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Then another thing to note is the PASEX are conducted regularly by Indian Navy that we just saw. Alright, so 3 PASEX exercises have been conducted so far that you need to know. First, it is between India and Indonesia. This was conducted in Arabian Sea. Second, it was between India and USA. That was in Bay of Bengal. And third is between India and Bahrain. That is in Persian Gulf. All right. All clear? These are the three passage exercise that Indian navies conduct with their neighboring friendly countries. These are the naval exercises, passage exercise. All right, do take a screenshot of it or do note down these exercise because these are the important one and you have a higher chance of getting confused in these three. All right, so moving, and these are the important ones. All right, these are the questions that will be framed and they have a higher chance that at what location these particular passage exercise was being taken place. Then moving on to next we'll be talking about a ballistic missile that can carry, that is capable of carrying nuclear warheads. All right, so Shaheen 1A, it is a nuclear capable ballistic missile that was recently test fired by Pakistan. So if we look at the data, Pakistan successfully conducted a test of Shaheen 1A, that is a nuclear capable surface to surface ballistic missile. It has a range of 900 km. Another important thing to remember here is, first is it is nuclear capable. Second is that it is a surface to surface missile. All right. Then the test was aimed at revalidating various designs and technical parameters of the weapon systems, including the advanced navigation system. The missile is a jointly designed and developed by the joint venture of NASCOM, that is National Engineering and Scientific Commission, and the NDC, that is National Defence Complex of Pakistan. So this is your nuclear capable surface to surface ballistic missile Shaheen 1 of Pakistan. Moving on to next we'll be talking about, recently Indian Air Force has gifted a 1971 war helicopter to Bangladesh, and the name of the helicopter is Alouti 3 helicopter, ALOUET, Elite 3 helicopter. And in return, the Bangladesh has also gifted India with 5 F-86 Sabre helicopter. All right, so this was an exchange between the two countries. From India, India gifted Bangladesh. The name of the helicopter is Elite 3 helicopter. All right, and then Bangladesh, for a good gesture, re-gifted India with a helicopter by the name F-86 Sabre. All right, so if we look at some of the data, in order to mark golden jubilee of the 1970 War of Liberation, IAF, that is Indian Air Force Chief Rakesh Singh Bhaduria, that is Rakesh Singh Bhaduria, gifted a legacy Elite 3 helicopter to Bangladesh Air Force, and in return Bangladesh Air Force gifted a legacy 586 F-86 Sabre aircraft to Indian Air Force. All right, and this was to celebrate the golden jubilee of the 1970 War of Liberation. The exchange of aircraft took place in Dhaka during RKS, that is Rakesh Singh Bhaduria's 4-day visit to Bangladesh in February 2021. Both legacy gifts will be placed in a museum of both countries. India and Bangladesh are celebrating 50 years of liberation war in which 90,000 Pakistani soldiers surrendered to the Indian Army. A number of events have been organized by both the countries to celebrate the 50th anniversary. All right, so this, remember the two helicopters name that were exchanged between India and Bangladesh to celebrate the 1971 war, that is the liberation war between these two countries. The helicopters name are Elite 3, and from Bangladesh that gave to India was F-86 Sabre helicopter. Do remember them, it is important. Then apart from this, do remember, if we talk about the liberation war, that is of 1971 liberation war of, this is between the Bangladesh liberation war, was also known as the Bangladesh War of Independence. All right, or simply you can say the liberation war in Bangladesh to free Bangladesh from the hands of Pakistan. This fight was fought. All right, so this is your liberation war of 1971. Now moving on to next. Next is a military exercise Vajra Prahar that was conducted between India and USA. Alright, this is a military exercise, joint military exercise that was conducted in the Himachal Pradesh state. Alright, so three questions from this. Vajra Prahar. Vajra Prahar is a military exercise that was conducted between India and USA. First thing. Second, it will be in what location did Vajra Prahar took place? It took place in Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. Alright, so this is your Vajra Prahar. Then you should also know that this is the 11th edition of this exercise between India and USA. If we look at some of the data, the 11th edition of the India-US Special Force Exercise Vajra Prahar 2021 was conducted at Special Force Training School at Himachal Pradesh. The main objective of the exercise is to enhance interoperability between the special forces of the two countries. Vajra Prahar is conducted alternatively between India and USA to share the best practices and experiences in areas like joint mission planning and operation tactics. The navies of India and USA conducted a 2-day passage exercise, PASEX, in Bay of Bengal. We just saw this. Then if we look at some of the importance of this bilateral exercise, is the bilateral military exercises and defense exchanges are vital part of deepening bilateral defense cooperation between the friendly countries. During these exercises, the participating armies jointly train, plan, execute a series of operations for neutralization of threat within a common aim of countering threats of international terrorism. Alright, so do remember Vajra Prahar. Now, if we talk about some of the other military exercises that are conducted between India and USA, they are: first is Vajra Prahar, then second is Yudh Abhyas. Also, we talked about Malabar. Alright, these are the exercise between India and USA. Now, if I talk to you about some other military exercise, such as between India and Bangladesh, it is Sampriti. Then if we talk about India and Sri Lanka, it is Mitra Shakti. Between India and Thailand, we see Maitri exercise. Then if we talk about between India and France, we see Shakti exercise. Between India and Japan, we see Dharma Guardian. Then between India, one more between India and Sri Lanka is no, we just saw Mitra Shakti. It is between India and Nepal. Between India and Nepal is Surya Kiran. And between India and China, we will see an exercise by the name Hand in Hand. Alright, and between Indonesia and India, we'll see what? We just saw Garuda Shakti. So these are the exercises that are conducted between India and various other countries, such as if we revise, between India and USA is Vajra Prahar, Yudh Abhyas and Malabar. Between India and Bangladesh is Sampriti. India and Sri Lanka is Mitra Shakti. Between India and Thailand is Maitri exercise. Between India and France is Shakti. Between India and Japan is Dharma Guardian. Between India and Nepal is Surya Kiran. And between India and China is Hand in Hand. Alright, so these are your very important military exercise that you should know about. Alright, so this is your military exercise. Now moving on to a ship by the name Vajra. Indian Coast Guard ship Vajra has been commissioned to enhance coastal security of Chennai. Do remember, this ship Vajra it is a Coast Guard ship and it has been commissioned in Chennai. Alright, so if we look at it, Indian Coast Guard ship Vajra, meaning Thunderbolt, this is the 6th offshore patrol vessel that was formally commissioned into the service as Kattupalli in Chennai. It has been indigenously designed and built by Larsen and Turbo Shipbuilding Limited, that is L&T Shipbuilding Limited, under the Make in India initiative. ICGS, that is Indian Coast Guard ship Vajra, will be commanded by Deputy Inspector Alex Thomas and will be based at Tuticorin under the operational control of the Coast Guard Eastern Region. Vajra is the 6th OPV, that is offshore patrol vehicle in the series of 7 OPV. The contract was awarded by the Ministry of Defence to L&T Shipbuilding Limited. With the joining of this ship, ICG will have 156 surface assets and 62 aircraft in its inventory. Objective is to, that is, it will be deployed specifically for surveillance of exclusive economic zone. It will also safeguard the maritime interest of India. It is commissioned by General Bipin Rawat, who is the Chief of Defence Staff. During the event, Bipin Rawat has formally unveiled a plaque and a ship's name board Vajra at the Chennai Port Trust. Alright, so this is your ship, that is Indian Coast Guard ship, or you can say this is the 6th OPV, that is offshore patrol vehicle, the offshore patrol vessel that will be commissioned at Chennai. Alright, and the name is Vajra. Do remember it. Next, we'll be talking about Kalyani Rafale Advanced System has recently rolled out the first batch of indigenous missiles for the Indian Army. I repeat, the Kalyani Rafale Advanced System has recently rolled out the first batch of the indigenously missiles for the Indian Army. Alright, so if we look at the data, Kalyani Rafale Advanced System is a joint venture of India's Kalyani Strategic Systems and Israel's Rafale Advanced Defense System. They have started the delivery of Barak 8 medium-range surface-to-air missile to kit to the Indian Army and Indian Air Force. The kits will be delivered from the Hyderabad plant of CRAS, and CRAS full form you should know, that is Kalyani Rafale Advanced System. In 2019, CRAS bagged a $100 million contract for manufacturing 1000 Barak 8 MRSAM missile kit. The Defense Research Development Organization, that is DRDO, is the custodian of the missile program, and Bharat Dynamics Limited is the integrator. The missile kit will be supplied through Rafale to BDL. Designed by Rafale Advanced Defense System Limited, 100% Rafale design output and indigenous content less than 30%. Alright, so this is your Kalyani Rafale Advanced System that will be rolling out indigenously developed missiles for the Indian Army as well as Indian Air Force. Alright, and the name of the missile is MRSAM. Moving on to next. Next, we'll be talking about a nuclear missile tracking vessel by the name INS Dhruv. This is very important question, and this is a very high chance of being asked in your exam. INS Dhruv. This is a nuclear missile tracking vessel that was built at Hindustan Shipyard Limited, and after building this, after commission of this INS Dhruv, India has become 5th country in the world now to have this nuclear missile tracking vessel. Alright, so India has become 5th country in the world to have this nuclear missile tracking vessel. See, if we look at it, India commissioned its ocean surveillance and nuclear missile tracking vessel called INS Dhruv. With this, India became the 5th country after USA, France, Russia and China to possess such a tracking vessel. It was constructed at Hindustan Shipyards Limited at Visakhapatnam under the Make in India initiative with a cost of 725 crore rupees. Alright, it is one of the largest warships to be built at an Indian yard. It was originally commissioned into Indian Navy in a secret manner in October 2020. And this is being developed by National Technical Research Organization, that is NTRO, and your DRDO along with Indian Navy. It will also be operated by all these three organizations, that are NTRO, DRDO and Indian Navy. Alright, so this is your INS Dhruv, that is a nuclear missile tracking vessel. Next, and the last topic for the day is lightweight torpedo was recently test fired from Navy's Illusion 1L38 ASW ship. Alright, by the end, the name of the torpedo is, that is important, you should know, Shyna. SHYENA. This is the name of the torpedo. This is a lightweight torpedo that was recently test fired by ILYUSHIN 1L38 ASW. Alright, it was test fired by this, and the name of the torpedo is Shyna. This is important. Remember this name, Shyna. Alright. Then, the maiden flight trails of the indigenously developed advanced light torpedo Shyna was successfully conducted. Test was conducted successfully. It was test fired from Indian Navy's Illusion 1L38 patrol aircraft. As you can see in the picture, this is Illusion 1L838 ASW. Alright, This Tal Shaina, it is an anti-submarine torpedo that is developed by Naval Science and Technological Laboratory, a laboratory of DRDO. The trial was first of its kind in India as Shaina was fired from a fixed wing aircraft. As you just saw, it was a fixed wing aircraft, or you can say Ilyushin 1L-38 patrol aircraft. The indigenously built torpedo has enhanced the range of a quick acquisition of the target and has been designed for a launch from fixed wing aircraft of the Navy. The torpedo with the torpedo release mechanism and fire control system has been designed and developed by NSTL. If we talk about Tal Shaina, Shaina was inducted into the Indian Navy in 2012 and is used as a part of anti-submarine warfare. It is capable of tracking multiple targets and can be launched from both the ships and rotary aircraft. It has a range of 19 kilometers. Alright, so this is your Shaina, and this is a advanced light torpedo that was recently test fired using the aircraft, Navy's aircraft, that is Ilyushin 1L-38 ASW aircraft, as you can see in the picture. Alright. So friends, this was our video. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked our video, do hit the like button, share the link with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel or if you are new to our channel, then do subscribe because it motivates us to bring a better content for you guys. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862 and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price and that will help you to boost your preparations for upcoming government exams. You can use the code Vikas10 to get a straight 10% discount on any purchase you make. Alright, so that's all for the day. Take care.